Tonight we're not going to be before you long. It's been a long day. Woo! As a matter of fact, it's been what? It's Wednesday. It's been a long week, and we're in the middle of the week, y'all. Those that know. So we have come to the conclusion of this book, and I skipped a chapter because it's talking about magical dolls and the British Isles, and we don't need to do all that. Okay, I just wanted to give y'all the key information so you'll have it. And when you get the book, okay, then we skip the chapter about the dark magic, how to unlive somebody. I can't believe she has that in here, but hey, it is what it is. We did not read that. And I don't want to read the British Isles. I just didn't feel like that was relevant for the things that I'm trying to share with y'all. So you can read that yourself. And tonight we're going to conclude with doll magic from around the world. Okay. And then after that, let me show y'all this book again, so you will be able to go on Amazon and purchase it. This is a fabulous book. I did disagree with a lot of things as far as her telling us how to make the dolls, because if you are not crafty or seamstress savvy, I don't even know if that even makes sense, but y'all know what I mean. You're going to be looking at it like, So I'm going to put in the atmosphere that she will revise this book and redo it and put the pictures in here. That would set this book off. How to do everything, the supplies and everything. Y'all know, like the other book, the divination book I had, it really showed, how to break everything down and the pictures and everything. That will really, really bless this book. But even if she don't, it is a fabulous book to get. And a great investment. And it has really, really helped me a lot. And I know it has helped y'all a lot understand and to know what it is to have magical dolls in your life. And it was just so phenomenal because I got to share my magical dolls with y'all. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to have an example of what it looks like, what it feels like, and everything. So we're going to go ahead and chime in and show y'all this book, and then I'm going to show you the book that we're going to start with. Yes, because everything that I teach on is because y'all mention it or because Spirit just drops it on us. So I'm excited. All right, so I'm running my mouth tonight, but we ain't going to be here long, y'all. All right, and I'm going to chime in. Hey, family, how y'all doing? How you doing, Mr. James? Good to see you tonight. So the next few days, we're going to be just moving and grooving. And y'all, I am really, really trying my hardest, my damnness, to do what I need to do for the zodiac signs. I got to feel it. I'm not getting on here. That's how I was when I preach. That's how I was when I do anything. Spirit has to really move me, because I don't want to get on here and half-ass y'all and not put my whole heart and spirit. Excuse me, y'all. Just drink some water. Put my whole heart and spirit into it, because that's not what I do. I don't like half-assing. Okay. All right. So anyway, let me shut up and chime in. Let's do protection, because it's just one of those days. Okay. It's taking a minute, y'all. It's been a hell of a day, I tell you. Okay, here we go. Chiming in. Lord knows I needed that, baby. Hey, family. Hey, Kira. Hey, sis. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is going to be short and sweet. Okay, so I showed the book. This is the book that we've been learning from. We're going to do the last chapter. I was telling Mr. James that I skipped chapter 12 because it's talking about seasonal dolls of the British Isles, because I just felt like that wasn't relevant to what we're trying to accomplish here. And also, y'all know I skipped the chapter about how to unlive somebody, so we're not doing that. But y'all are more than welcome to get the book and read it for yourself. It's not something that I will share online, you know what I'm saying, because that's some deep shit. It's already rough enough to talk about hexing and all of that, but they trying to take people out, okay? And she was saying in that chapter that, it wasn't 100% that it worked. But honey, when I started looking over there, I felt the energy of that. I know that worked. Those witches right there, they really knew their shit. So we didn't want to go into that. Excited about our next teaching. Yes, honey, we're going to be learning about auras, your personal guide. And it is Jolena Goodings. Remember the other books that we had about the crystals and divination? This book is from that line of books, okay? So we're going to find out what Miss Jolena is talking about, and we got a whole book on auras, all right? And people cannot say that I did not share information. Now, when the men come on and they be saying, I'm just trying to learn from you, Tayi, teach me, all that. That's why I hear it in my head, because there's a lot of men from Africa and the islands trying to get at me. I said, go to my YouTube channel. How about that? I am not teaching you up close to person, because first of all, you're going to tell me, am I fussing? Yes. First of all, you're going to tell me, oh, I don't have the funding. Oh, but you are in Africa. Okay, I'm in the States. Not taken away from us, but you're in Africa. You're in the motherland. Talking about a little American melanated woman teach you. You just trying to get at me, sir. I am not a kid and I'm not a novice. So go somewhere with that. So if you really want to learn, you're going to pay me for my services, or you can't pay, go to my website. And so that's how I've been cutting a lot of that okie doke. I've been chopping it just like that. Okay. But so now I want to have information about auras and whatever else. I want my channel, and it is becoming that. I think we're on like our 50th class episode. And I got a lot of good, valuable information out there. And so people are really starting to go and look at it. So it won't be no excuse. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be out here just talking yin, yang, yang, yang. I want y'all to learn and to grow. And if people really want the information, they will sit down for an hour or so and learn. Talk about going all the way live. Right. Okay. So I just want to show y'all this book in case y'all want to go online and get it. Okay. I'm getting it at Barnes and Nobles for a good price. They're a little pricey online, but it's worth it. If you got it, go ahead and pay for it. And again, this is Auras Joylina Goodings. Joylina Goodings. Goodings. Cool. All right. So we're going to chapter 13. Very short and sweet. It talks about doll magic around the world. Every culture around the world has folklore relating to dolls and effigies, even if, as in Islamic culture, there's a belief that lifelike portrayals of animate beings, especially humans, should be avoided because they are potentially powerful distractions. I do not have space in this small book to cover every aspect of doll folklore, and Magick worldwide. But I do feel I should mention some important ones. These details are for information and comparison purposes and to offer suggestions for further research. You should always be sensitive to the wishes of people from indigenous and minority cultures and try to avoid causing offense through using elements from those cultures inappropriately. I always say this: your practice is your practice, and consult with spirit on that. People could tell you a lot of things, but a lot of us, we don't know what's in our bloodline. Okay? So only you know, up close and personal. So if you feel like you're being drawn to a certain practice, I'm sorry, I'm hearing something in the spirit. You're being drawn to a certain practice, by all means, be sensitive to that, like she said, and be obedient. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things you won't be able to share with people. You know, when we're on this journey, we're like, oh, I want to share, with XYZ, ABC, XYZ, and you can't. So this is good. If you're one, okay, I hear spirit talking. If you're one that can't hold water and spirit is giving you mysteries and teaching you stuff, make you a doll. Enchant that doll and tell your doll all your secrets. For those of you that can't hold water, there are adults out there. You can't tell them a piece of a secret. They're going to tell it all. And if you're that person, that's not a good place to be. Especially if you're a spiritualist and you're helping people and people confide in you, you need to do something about that and fix that. Okay? So, New Orleans voodoo and Haitian voodoo. No book about Poppets and Magical Dolls will be complete without a look at the history of voodoo dolls in relation to New Orleans voodoo. Its background in the cultural collision of European folk magic and African practices. Dr. Louise Fenton, Fenton, of the University of Wolverhampton, who curated an expedition called Poppets, Pens, and Power in 2017 at the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic in Cornwall, gave a talk at its annual conference that year called Cultural Confusion Between Witchcraft and Voodoo. Dr. Fenton had been researching the representation of voodoo for 20 years in an academic context. On the subject of Haitian magic, y'all listen to me. She said it is believed slaves taken to Haiti either brought fetishes made of wood or clay with them or made them afterwards. The death penalty was a possibility if a slave was found with one of these, so it is possible that cloth dolls started at that point. I don't know why I'm feeling that in my body. I'm feeling that in my body, and I want to cry. I'm okay, y'all. Poppet magic was made popular in New Orleans after the Civil War, but there are disagreements about the use of poppets historically in that region. There is not much evidence of poppet use in Haiti, but there is in New Orleans. In 1865, plantation owners went to Louisiana with slaves, and Haitian voodoo came to New Orleans. There was a huge mix of cultures, and voodoo changed a lot at that point. A greater awareness of image magic worldwide was brought about by the 1890 publication of The Golden Bough. Bocio, Bocio, are carved wooden images from Africa that are connected with magic and supernatural beings. They were used as African magic merged with European and were traditionally designed to be mediators with the spirit world, both positive and negative. Voodoo dolls started in New Orleans in the late 19th century. With both artistic and cultural collision, Poppets and Boschio merged into voodoo dolls. This is still being practiced today. That's a lot to comprehend and to pull in. So before I started reading that, when I got kind of caught up, I heard the word healing. I don't know what that is. Maybe one of y'all is gonna go through a healing, or maybe I'm going through a healing, or maybe somebody needs to create a poppet for healing. But I heard the word healing, and okay. And the reason why I'm going through it, while I'm reading about Hades and Haitian, I had a dream last night about a Caribbean ancestor. So it's confirmed. Finally, sis, that it is in my bloodline. I didn't ask for the dream, okay? But every time I spend time with my African boyfriend, I get a message that night. That's why I love being around him, because he sparks up. He opens that spiritual part of me, and I'm able to get messages that I didn't even ask for. I don't have to work hard for it. I just have to be available, and I have to endure, because there's some things that I'm walking through because of this journey. But Spirit is giving me joy, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. It's not easy by no means, but I'm learning about who I am as a person, as a woman, and I know the work that I need to put in for next year. And this is not only for me. I want to challenge you. If you have not did your ancestral draw up, whatever they call it, testing, research, or whatever, do that. We want to put that on our list for 2024. And it should not be an excuse, because we're going to file our taxes, right? And Spirit may bless us with a whole lot of money. But that's going to be one of the first things on my list, so that I can better connect to who I am and understand who I am. Right now, there's some missing pieces. There's some apprehension. There's some I guess, but we need to know that we know that we know. I just said a lot, didn't I, y'all? Okay, here we go. The voodoo doll concept became popularized through media such as William C. Brooks' The Magic Island, published in 1929, which gave a vivid account of voodoo in Haiti. It was a very racist book, but much of this was lifted and used in the movie White Zombie, starring Bela Lugosi. Lafcadio Hearn, Lafcadio Hearn, Hearn, actually wrote the first zombie novel. Wow. But many others followed, usually very inaccurate and offensive. For example, Cannibal Cousins by John Craig, with an E, mentions someone in Haiti finding a doll made in his likeness and in his clothes. He then gets ill. These books sold in their millions, and there were also several highly racist films following White Zombie. They perpetuate myths and are cinematic. However, they popularized the use of the voodoo doll. The words witchcraft and voodoo started to be used together. Commercialization of poppets was unavoidable, although for many the emphasis was on making money without understanding the background. You can easily buy poppets for sale today. In New Orleans, poppets are sold with Spanish moss hands and feet. There are original dolls in collection. Many from the 20th century are vernacular and of their time. They are often knitted from patterns widely available. The commoditization of voodoo dolls in New Orleans has continued. For example, some come with white and black headed pins and made in China printed on them on the back. Dolls authentic in New Orleans rarely have pins with them. They are often made of paper mache and Spanish moss with not a pin in sight. At the same conference, Demetrius Lacroix, an initiate of Haitian voodoo, Brazilian quimbanda, and Santeria, and a specialist on misunderstood cultures, gave a talk entitled Haitian Voodoo Cursing. He explained that voodoo is a combination of family tradition from Africa that were brought to the New World. It is about being alive and ways in which people could continue to do their thing in freedom. There is a history of oppression in Haiti. Voodoo is the idea that no one will oppress me. During times of oppression in Haiti, people who lived in the mountains were hard to get to. But if they were caught, they would be mutilated and left to die. If they got back to the mountain, they were thought to have a super connection to magic and to nature. This was the start of secret societies. All these groups have different relations to spirits that allow them to do certain forms of magic. Chills. Forms of cursing that started in these groups, then disseminated, into public knowledge. Priests of voodoo don't really do curses, they work with spirits. The use of dolls for cursing is generally done by non-initiated members of the public. Demetrius described how in the International Cemetery in Haiti, there are 4 trees. There are things nailed to these trees, and some are curses intended to make people die. Gede, Gede, are spirits lost in passage, and the mother of Gede is the owner of these 4 trees. You could have a doll created from fabric or wax and nail it to a tree and make an offering, perhaps a chicken, offer it to the mother of Gede, then come back when the person has died. Wow. Trees, earth, and fire are very powerful. So putting an object in a tree or burning it in earth is a very powerful thing to do. Demetrius said that there are ways to reverse a curse in this tradition. The main one is to attend a party that the spirits attend and ask them to help you break the curse. Wow. That's very, very good information about that. Okay. Japanese folkloric dolls and festivals. Dolls have a huge cultural and folkloric significance in Japan. Dolls representing children, the imperial court, warriors, heroes, fairy tale characters, gods, and occasionally demons have a long tradition and are still made today for household shrines, gift giving, and festival celebrations such as Hinamatsuri, the Doll Festival, or Kodomo no Hai, Children's Day. Hinamatsuri is observed in Japan on March 3rd. Platforms covered with a red carpet are used to display a set of ornamental dolls representing the emperor, empress, attendants, and musicians, and traditional court dress of the Heian period, Heian. The tradition traces its origins to that era and includes a custom called Hina Nagashi, Hina-Nagashi, or doll floating, in which straw Hina dolls are set afloat on a boat and sent down a river to the sea to remove troubles or bad spirits. Nowadays, floating objects are considered a menace to fishermen, so the dolls are removed from the water and brought back to temples to be burnt rather than being allowed to drift out to sea. Dolls were also traditionally displayed in houses during the festival. then taken down immediately afterwards, as leaving them past March 4th was considered unlucky, particularly with regards to any daughter's chance of marrying. And Kojiki, Kojiki, the oldest surviving book in Japan, compiled in the year 712. A scarecrow known as Kubuko, Kuebiko, is a god, little g. He cannot walk, but his knowledge is vast because he stands in the open and watches everything that happens. Protective dolls were made for children or grandchildren, while others were used in religious ceremonies to take on the sins of anyone who touched them. Hoko, Hoko, were soft dolls given to pregnant women to protect them and their unborn child. Okay, we got the Japanese really operating with the magical dolls. Japanese Teratu Bozo, Teratu space Bozo, which means sunshine monk dolls, are magical items used as weather talismans, usually to bring sunshine, but sometimes rain if it is needed for crops. These are made from white tissue paper or cloth and hung from the eaves of houses on string. Another Japanese tradition is Usha, Usha, no, Kuku, Kuko, Mari, Mairi, in which straw dolls are cursed by having nails hammered into them along with prayers to the kami, Kami, or nature spirits for action against a person. It translates as going to the shrine at the time of the ox at 2 a.m. This was a time when such things as ill wishing might be performed. Performing Yushai no Kuko Mari is still very much frowned upon in Japan. You talk about magical. Okay, Japan, I see you. That had a lot of energy, y'all. So those of you that want to go to Japan, or you're into anime and all that good stuff, this is good to know. This is good information to know, because a lot of times we're into stuff and we love stuff and we don't do the research. You know, I know that I wonder if that's in my bloodline. You know, when I go to like Asian places and stuff, I'm drawn to that stuff. I'm drawn to it. I'm drawn to the features. I'm drawn to the colors. I'm drawn to the way things move. I'm drawn to how they do things. And when I go into like nail shops and stuff, they really talk to me. I had one lady just giving me information. I told you I got my first and only palm reading from an Asian woman. So if this stuff is like you being drawn to certain pictures and things like that, you need to ask your ancestors what's really going on. Hey, look at my features. What's really going on? Look at my, so we can sit around and play with this thing called religion and allow man and what they believe to demonize everything and not know who we really are and live a life of defeat. But my purpose here on my channel is to challenge you. Even if you're a Christian and you just stop by and say, let me see what you're talking about. Because I remember where she was. I hope that something that I say sparks your spirit and help you to realize there's more to you than what meets the eye. There's more to you, and I'm going to say it. There's more to you than what's in that book we call the Holy Bible or the Quran or whatever. There's more to you than just covering your head. There's more to you than just a chord on the keyboard and you're shouting and dancing or whatever you believe. Some of us really, really, really need to go down the rabbit hole and find out who the hell we really are. Who are you really? I believe some people just can't move forward in life because they don't know who the hell they are. You ever met somebody that's like, I just can't seem to get ahead. I just can't, and I feel spirit pushing me to say this. I just can't seem to get ahead. I just don't understand and stuff. It may be because you don't know who the hell you are. And spirit is pushing me to say this instance is going haywire. Y'all see it? And spirit is pushing me to say, a lot of y'all know your ancestors have come to you, and please hit that thumbs up. I like for it to match how many people in the room. A lot of you have been having dreams. A lot of you know where your grandparents and your grandparents come from, but you want to keep your head down in that book and not deal with it. And you're having all these issues, all these problems, health problems, all this shit because you allow religion. And we're grateful for religion in America because it gives us discipline. It really heals us in times of trouble and need. But because you allow them to say, no, don't go there. Don't do that. That's of the devil. How can you say where I come from as a melanated woman, even if you're Irish, even if you're, it's so many different races, okay? How can you say where I come from, and this is really making me upset, we getting free tonight, is of the devil? What the F is going on? And so if somebody, the purpose for doing that is to disconnect us from spirit, our ancestors, and Mama Earth. Very well said, sis. And I want to read the rest of this, but spirit really wants to say it. I don't care what race, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. And there's some people, you're biracial, you need to study. You really need to study. You need to study, okay, I have both of these bloods in my body. What's clashing? And how can I make them work together? Because we're taught, okay, we all know America, you know, Caucasian against melanated. You know, what about the biracial children? What about the Asian children with Caucasian blood? I mean, it's real, y'all. And we demonize, we force people to choose. And they don't know what the hell they're choosing. And I've come across, this is going to help somebody. I've come across so many biracial people that go through a lot because of their skin color, their hair, their mama being black, their mama being white, shit like that. And they choose whatever is going to make them comfortable. So they grow up hating themselves. Maybe somebody's going to come on my channel and listen to this. Spirit is pressing on my heart to tell you, you need to tap into who you are. Because the two can work together in harmony. Can you imagine working with spirit? Like, what does that look like? If you're biracial, please reach out to me. I want to know, what does that look like trying to operate? You like, should I operate with this or should I operate? You know what I'm saying? How do the two come together? And spirit is telling me to tell you that you are graced in this area because your parents made a decision. Or maybe your parent was raped. We talking about your ancestors. So much shit happened. And I gotta say it, y'all. I gotta say it. They had the field niggas. That's what they said. The field niggas and the house niggas. And so here we come with the colorism. My children taught me that. So I'm better than you. Okay, we're melanated. Okay, I was, you know, maybe the house nigga was raped or whatever. So now their offspring is coming up in the house. So now I'm light skinned with what they say good hair. No such thing as good hair. Okay? It's against the ones in the field. Yo, we are effed up. I didn't mean to go on this tangent, but Spirit is upset. We are effed up, and we can't even work together because all this shit is going on, and then we're all jumping together and say, study this book. This is what your guy's gonna look like, and if you go over there to where you was, it's of the devil. It's up to us. Woo! It's up to us. How can I stay in this way? How can you stay in this way of religion? There's no way. I do, you do, we all do too much stuff that does not. If you're here with me, if you come by, you listen. I don't care if you listen for 5 minutes, 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Something drew you here. It's too much that you do against what you've been taught. And you need to ride the waves on that, baby, because that's going to free you. I've been so free because I'm learning about me. And not only am I learning about me, I'm teaching others and encouraging them to learn about themselves. And in that, we can work together in perfect harmony. This shit ain't written down. I can't make this shit up. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do with all this knowledge? What are we going to do about all this I'm teaching? What are you going to do about it? I'm going to show you what you're going to do about it. I'm going to be the example. You are so right about what you are saying. We have been taught not to think. Lean, i.e., lean not unto your own understanding. Sorry, but that don't make any sense, right? But in all thy ways, acknowledge him. Who are we acknowledging? Oh, sis, you know I know that word. Yeah, it don't, girl. She done brought it out a different light. Lean not unto your own understanding. You know how people get revelation in church and the pastor will spit that out? South American dolls. I promise y'all I'll be done. After voodoo dolls, worry dolls are probably the next most well-known magical dolls in popular culture. Sometimes called trouble dolls. And in Spanish, Manukia Cuetapina. If you speak Spanish, please forgive me, because I don't. Spanish does not work for me. I know a little bit. Hola, amiga. Hola, amigo. They are small dolls that originate from Guatemala and Mexico and are usually handmade. A Guatemalan legend about the origin of the Manukia Cuetapina refers to a Mayan princess. Oh boy, they throwing these words out. Ixmucane. I-X, honey, I don't even know how to say that. I-X-M-U-C-A-N-E, who was given a gift from the sun god that would let her solve any problem someone was worrying about. In their original country, the dolls are made of wire, wool, and colorful scraps of fabric, then dressed in Mayan costume. Traditionally, they are tiny, often only a couple of centimeters tall. The dolls sold outside their original country are often larger and less well constructed, sometimes just made of paper and wool. They are sold in huge numbers as tourist items in Guatemala and Mexico. Worry dolls can be given to children who are unhappy. The idea being that they tell their doll about their worries. They put the doll under their pillow so it can take away their woes as they sleep. I wish I could have had that for my children. Kira said, that's why I am trying to stay strong, because so many people think I am tripping about what we should do. Absolutely. Absolutely. They have sometimes played a role in modern child psychiatry. Some counselors have offered a worry doll to young clients as an imagery trustworthy listener. In that way, it can act as an agent between the child and adults. Another tradition found in Western Guatemala is that of making dolls to represent San Simon to put on his altars. People ask him for good health, harmony at home, job security, and so on. In some areas where he is honored, people take it in turns to take care of the San Simon doll in their home for a year. Starting on November the 1st, he is often given offerings of cigarettes or alcohol. In Ecuador, Ano Viejo, Viejo, is a New Year ritual. People make dolls to represent the year just gone using old clothes. They write down on paper the things they want to leave behind, regrets, etc., as a mock will. These are either left on the doorstep, or sometimes masks are made to represent family members and put on the doll. At midnight, the dolls are burnt as a purification ritual and to represent renewal. I am so feeling that. I am so feeling that. I'm not going to no New Year's Eve party. I am not. I'm going to be honoring my ancestors and all the crap I had to come through this year. I would rather be somewhere doing a ritual instead of being somewhere partying, going to New York town with the Times Square and watching a damn ball drop and kissing a man with some liquor in my hand. No. That just changed my whole perspective. Yeah, I'm on one tonight, y'all. We got to do things differently. Period. Woo. Okay. Kachina dolls and Native American Hopi, or Hopi, Hopi culture. In Native American Pueblo culture, Kachinas are spirits from the underworld that can bring rain and otherwise help the community. These spirits are represented by dancers in important religious ceremonies. In the Hopi, I don't know how to say it, tribe, Kachina dolls are given to children so they can learn to recognize the different Kachinas, of which there are hundreds. The dolls are usually made of wood and brightly painted to represent the costumes worn by the dancers. They are usually created by the children's uncles. They are not toys, but teaching aids and spiritual items. How about I start a ritual with my grandbabies? You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning about I'm going to be learning about my Caribbean, if that's in our bloodline. But I can make things or have things to teach them the Orishas. You understand? If you're Celtic, whatever it is for you, you will teach your children, your grandchildren, your deities. So when they get our age, they'll be a force to reckon with. I'm just throwing stuff out there. As Spirit given to me, I'm giving it to y'all. Corn husk dolls in Native American and Hungary. While corn dollies from the British Isles are traditionally made from long stems of wheat or other cereal crops woven into traditional shapes that often don't look like a person in both America and Hungary, Hungary, whatever. The husk or dried leaves of corn are traditionally turned into dolls. Native American corn husk dolls do not have faces, and there are several possible explanations for this. One legend is that the spirit of corn. Y'all remember that movie? See, Hollywood is tapped in. We've been saying that for years. What did they tell us? I'm looking at this. It's saying Spirit of Corn. What's the name of that scary movie? The Children of the Corn. Just like they made a mockery. They made a mockery of this. I'm just discovering this. And they made a mockery of voodoo dolls. So they're making a mockery out of all of us. While one race think they winning, another race think they losing, we all losing because they're making a mockery out of all of us and keeping us from our magic. I'm pissed the hell off. One legend is that the spirit of corn, one of the three sisters, made a doll out of her husk to entertain children. Yep, this is where they got it from. The doll had a beautiful face and began to spend less time with the children and more time contemplating her own loveliness. As a result of her vanity, the doll's face was taken away. And Transylvania, Hungary, corn husk dolls symbolized the fertility of the land and its inhabitants, making them as a tradition still popular in that region. Russian Marioshaka dolls. Yep. All by design. And this is our last one tonight. Thank y'all for rolling with me tonight. I hope y'all subscribe. Okay, you can hear more from my loud mouth. I think you enjoy my channel. Never a dull moment. All my friends tell me that. It's never a dull moment with you, girl. You keep it popping. Hey, I better. It's two of us in here, but we ain't gonna get started. Okay. In the first chapter of this book, I related a Russian fairy tale about a magical doll. So it seems right to end the book with another Russian doll tradition. The Mariosaka doll or nesting doll. This is a set of wooden dolls. Oh, I remember, y'all, I had a dream about this. Okay, this is a set of wooden dolls of decreasing size, placed one inside the other. Now, I know everybody knows what I'm talking about. I never knew what the hell that was, but tonight we about to learn. The name, I'm going to spell it for you. MatryOshka, which literally means little matron, is a diminutive form of the Russian female first name, Mariona. They are also known as babushka dolls. Babushka meaning grandmother or old woman. It actually isn't a very old tradition. The first set of Russian nested doll was made in 1890 by Vasily Vaskovsky. I don't know. That's the way they be saying their words. I'm going to spell it for y'all. Vasily. Vasily. It reminds me of that man that fought Rocky in that movie. He's made of iron. I love Rocky, y'all. Okay, let me come back. Let me spell the last name for you. ZVYOZDOCHKIN. From a design by Sergey, Sergey Malyutin, Malyutin, a folk crafts painter at Abram Tsevo, ABRAMTSEVO. And the reason why I spelled this, because I'm a teacher. I told you I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. That's in me. I wasn't an elementary. I taught in other way. That's why I love doing this. I spelled this so you can research for yourself. If you learn anything from my loud mouth, okay, remember I said get the information and study for yourself. If you feel yourself going down a rabbit hole, take a minute, pray, talk to your ancestors, sit at your altar, drink you some water. Some days you may have to stop. Because when you go down this deep into information, your body, and I was telling y'all this in one of my lives, your body, your spirit will regurgitate it. Because you get down to the core of the matter. I am so serious. Okay? The spirit is telling you to study your ancestors, study these words. Maybe you got Russian in your blood. Your body is going to try to regurgitate it because the religion in you, the tradition in you is trying to reject it. But baby, you keep going and you keep pushing and you don't stop. When I started learning about witchcraft, my ancestors and all of that, I get headaches. It was really bad, but baby, I kept going, and that's why I'm here today. And I don't give a flying fuck about what anybody got to say, because this is my journey, this is my life, and this is what's bringing me healing and deliverance. Okay, let me go on with this. They were apparently inspired by a doll from Japan. The outer layer is usually a woman dressed in Russian peasant costume. The figures inside can be of either gender, and the smallest is usually a baby. Modern Mariosakas can depict all sorts of things, from fairy tale characters to politicians. And people got this shit in their house and they don't even understand. And I don't mean it like bad shit, but like they got stuff in their house and they don't even know. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna put it in my house. What if your ancestors don't want that in your house? Y'all better research. Maybe your ancestors want this in your house. You know what I'm saying? Although this isn't an ancient tradition, the Mario Shaka doll is used as a metaphor and Jungian, Jungian, psychology, Jungian. I can't say it right, but I've seen that online. Jungian, psychology for the levels we have within ourselves and in our relationship with societal, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Societal forces. That's what I wanted to say. Understanding those different forces and how they affect us can help us in a quest for personal development and growth, which is often something those within modern pagan witchcraft use their magic to work towards. Practical exercise. Research any customs associated with dolls in the area you live. Let me tell y'all something. That's it for that. I had a dream. I was in Christianity and I had a dream about those dolls. It was dragons in the damn sky. This was years ago. I gotta find that audio where I woke up out of my dream terrified, and my ex-husband at the time, it was 6 years ago, he said, record it. Please, Spirit, let me find that recording. And there was dragons in the damn sky. It was flashes across the sky, and it was saying, boom, boom. And then there were people running. It was a representation of the transgender and the lesbian, all of that, and homosexual, non-binary. I didn't know I was dreaming. I'm hyped now because I got it 6 years later. And what did that say? The different levels within us. And in the dream, we were trying to run. We were trying to run and get to safety. Because all the shit was in the sky and all of that. And I was trying to rescue the people. Oh my gosh. I was trying to get all the people to safety, y'all. And all the shit was going on. It was dark. Dragons in the sky. fire. Could you imagine me being a Christian and having this type of dream? Is terrified. So we get in this house, it's dark, and I got the people in there, got you in this, the dolls start popping out. This very same doll. And the voice was saying, this is what the world is coming into. It was talking about the people coming into, we seeing religion, I'm seeing all this, what I'm teaching y'all now, and also the LGBTQ community. And back then, people were gradually becoming, into themselves and doing the hormonal transgender little by little. They were really going through. And oh my gosh, I'm an advocate for that. And I don't talk about it much. But I have two of my children are bisexual, and I have a transgender daughter. And because it's so bad, I don't mention my baby, because I feel like I have to protect my baby. I'm having an epiphany right now, y'all. So I'm being called not only to people knowing who they are, but also being an advocate and a voice for those that associate themselves with another gender, knowing that it's about spirit. And for a long time, being a Christian, I didn't know that, ain't this a damn shame. I didn't know, because they tell us, no, you're a woman, you're a man, that we hold both energies. Y'all, I am so ashamed to say that I did not know that for a long time, till I came into this. And one can rest, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm going to be obedient. Rest, I want to say, be more prevalent than the other. My spiritual advisor told me about a year or two ago that I'm going to write my own doctrine. And I see it more and more. I'm having all this here with y'all, and I was just going to read this. I'm sorry, y'all, but spirit be moving. This little corner, I should just name my channel The Witch's Corner. This little corner is really teaching us a lot. And my transgender baby, I had a dream before she was born. And I'm gonna share you that dream one day with y'all, because this is a very soft place for me, because somebody say something, I probably lose my mind. I had a dream before she was born, because a lot of Christians teach you that that's the devil, all that. I had a dream that this would be so. I didn't understand what I was seeing, because I was in Christianity, but I'll tell y'all about that one day. And also, I desired fraternal twins, a male and a female. I wanted that really bad, and that essence is in my child. So you could see one step forward, step back, one step. It's deep as hell. What I'm saying is, it's deep as hell. If you have children that are not what you deem as normal, you need to check into what Spirit is trying to show you. And I believe, and I dare somebody to battle me on that, because I'm not even. I believe that they are star seeds, because they've embraced the masculine and feminine energies. Some of them damn near mastered it. Tell me I'm lying. Woo! This is heavy. That's right, sis. I'm so glad that you are protecting your child. Many of us didn't protect have protective mothers of who their child is, regardless. Yes, we are both masculine and feminine energies in us, regardless of the plumbing. It is just in varying degrees. Yes. Yes. Tell me I'm lying, because there are men out there, because they teach us to dissociate, the men to dissociate from the feminine energy. They don't know how to cater to the needs of their wife. There's so many women disassociated with the masculine, they really don't know how to cater to their husbands or their sons. Oh, you all right? Get up from there. You a boy. Get up. Move. Don't cry. Why the hell you picking up that baby doll? Girl, cross your leg. You ain't a boy. Why you out there running in the grass and rumbling with them boys? We are so effed up. Oh, spirit dragging me too. When I started to get this revelation, I was like, hot damn. We really choose. You understand? And then what about the ones that's born with both organs? That ain't how God said. It's a curse. I watched that too. They are interesting. Those, you'll learn a lot. And so they have to choose. They go with whatever is more prevalent. Y'all, I don't know. I feel like there's a revolution coming for the LGBTQ community. There's a revolution coming. There's a savior coming. I don't know. Many have been disowned by their families. And I told my children, and they looked at me. My baby came back. My transgender daughter came back and said, "Mama, I get what you're saying now." I said, I feel like I can identify, because I was touched as a child, but that's another topic for another day, where I had to battle with some things. But anyway, man, this is heavy, y'all. I was telling him, thank you, Spirit. I was telling them, I said, I know what it feels like now. When I was in the broom closet, I now know what it feels like when somebody has to come out. My baby said, "Ooh." So as time progressed and my children watched my transformation, my journey, my daughter came to me and said, "Mama, I see what you're saying now. How you related that. It's the most terrifying thing. Being that you're going to be ostracized, cast to the side, and cast away, just because you decided to live your truth." And I have to watch myself online when I see them being attacked, because they say, oh. I'm saying, listen. One time I did go on a tangent on a post, but people are ignorant. And I said, listen, do you want them to live a lie? So you telling me you want your son or daughter to live a lie? Be something that they're really not. Identify with something they do not identify with. Is that what you telling me? You telling me to just be fake? Be in the closet, be a witch, and still go to church and hell to the no, no, no. You cannot be fully healed. You cannot be fully delivered. You talking about healing and deliverance, church folk. You can't be fully healed, fully delivered, fully set free till you walk in the knowledge of your truth. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I cannot go back to whatever you're doing, whoever you are, whatever you believe, whatever you feel like you got to step out the closet with, be true to you. Move and operate in ways that's going to make you happy and whole. A lot of people, I hear spirit talking. I'm almost done. A lot of people, I'm struggling, y'all. But one day I'm going to stand flat-footed like I did when preaching the word and say this. It's coming up. A lot of people are sick in their bodies with cancer, high blood pressure, all types of shit going on with their heart. Chakras all shut down and closed and busted because they're not living their truth. I said what I said. Y'all can talk about people living their truth all you want to. You're going to be the one sick, and they're going to be the one living their best life. Oh, you doing this. You mad because they're living their truth, and you can't even tell people you smoke cigarettes. You mad because they're living their truth, and you can't tell the pastor that you've been shacking up for years. You're mad because they're living their truth, and you can't deal with the fact that you was molested. And talk to somebody about it. Oh, it is what it is. You know how many young people have been violated by people in the church? Priests, come on, and they're all been exposed because those priests violated them young people because it was done to them, and nobody said shit over and over and over and over again, because in their mind they're still stuck at that little boy or that little girl that could not fend for themselves. So they try to revisit that place and do that same horrible shit to a young child because they're trying to make sense of it. Y'all, I'm just not getting the revelation. This is why people hurt people. Why hurt people. Because they try to visit back to that place where they was violated to make peace with it. That ain't how you do it, boo. I've been saying this for years. Yes, so many people, so many of them ended up on the street, the worst place for them to be. Trans people are being attacked by too many. Yes. Oh, I agree. Hallelujah. Hey, daughter. I learned that 40% of the kids are disowned by their families and kicked out the house. When one's kids are different from their parents, it challenges everything they have been taught. Yep, Matt, there are even children who don't think in status quo thinking are disowned. People need to be more open with their kids. Do you know how many families disown their kids for being trans, lesbian, or gay? I don't know if I'm a star seed or not, but I do know that I am relatively balanced in the masculine and feminine energy. Yes. We'll birth another star seed. Yes. Yeah. Y'all, I don't know why this is coming up. Somebody's gonna come and hear this message I'm just grateful to be the one to deliver it. Um, and I believe if we have this open space for people, they can be free to choose and to help sort it out in their mind. And having children with these energies and being open and free and honest about it has really healed me in some areas. And I had an uncle that was gay. One of my favorite uncles, a beautiful soul. He taught me the Michael Jackson dance. He was phenomenal. He did not care, and that was back then, y'all, in the 80s. He was like, "Yes, girl," my Uncle Daryl, and he could draw, he could dance, he was handsome. All the ladies loved him, and something happened to him. Family secret. I'm not gonna put that out there, but something happened to him, and he chose to be a homosexual man, and it was very hard during that time. And my uncle went through a lot. And one night, he decided that he would ride his bike to work. A very hard worker. He decided he wanted to ride his bike in the rain home. And they said, I still don't understand why they let my uncle ride his bike home in the rain. Nobody knew that something was going on. It was pouring down raining. And they let my uncle ride his damn bike in the rain. I would have said, Daryl, what's going on, bro? What's going on? But they let my uncle ride his bike in the rain, pouring down rain, and he got hit by an 18-wheeler. My uncle, and I believe it to this day, unless he come out of spirit and tell me otherwise, but that's what I've been getting, he committed suicide. His body wrapped around the axle of that damn truck. They said they had to unwrap his body. But let me tell y'all something phenomenal. Don't cry for me, don't cry for him. Because he living his best damn life. When I saw my uncle in that casket, he looked like they had an open casket. He looked like a damn angel. Baby blue suit, he looked like himself, like he was at peace. I say his body was wrapped around the axle? I couldn't tell it. 40 years old. I'm 49. But that was his peace. And he knew he chose his peace. Also, they told us later that he had AIDS. And that's why he was on his vitamins and taking care of himself and stuff like that. So I just don't understand. How can you disown your family? I'm sorry. Something about that. I don't know if that lady is lesbian or something. I don't know. I'm getting this energy from somewhere. And I told my children, I said, what is somebody's sexuality doing to hurt you? How's it hurting you? Then, and I'm done after this. When I had to deal with my sexuality, and I believe it comes from my bloodline, I was like, it's nice, one, but I will ask myself, why do I like multiple? And I can love everybody the same. I had to embrace myself. That's how you set up. But I was taught, you got problems. You just a fornicator. You're a whoremonger or whatever. And then one day I said, this is who I am. There I was again in a place to identify with my children. And the reason why I love my boyfriend so much, my African boyfriend, he said he saw me and he knew. He said you polyamorous, right? And accepted me. Man, look, I've been learning a lot. And then when my baby came to me and told me that she was trans, I was in an uproar. Y'all, I ain't know what to do. Is you okay? You know, that's the first initial. Because of what you're being taught. But you know, I'm going to be there for you. You think something went, you know, and then you know what your child been through. And you want to make sure they're okay. And when I went to my boyfriend and I said, my baby is here. Oh, I'm in an uproar. He just let me get all that out. And he just put his hands on my shoulders and he said, babe, calm down. You know, if somebody just would have said calm down to you or calm down to me in the moment of crisis where we thought we would, you know, it just brought so much peace in my life. At that moment, it changed my life. He said, calm down, breathe. And he's from Africa. If you have an inkling of you like the same sex, they will kill you. You understand? But he said, calm down, breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. And I was like, oh, okay. And I breathed, calm down, got the energy right. He said, it gave me wisdom on it. And he said a lot of people identify, this is what he said, a lot of people identify with the sex, even when they're dealing with their sexuality, they identify with the sex that nurtured them the most. He said, looking at you as a mother, I don't blame him. And he said, I'm sorry. It's real, y'all. I'm sorry his father and the males in his life failed him. So he identifies, he says she identifies with you more. And if that's if we should address her as that, that's what we'll do. So this is what I'm flowing in, y'all. I don't know. I'm really vulnerable tonight. I never thought I would share this online, but somebody need to hear that. And so that's the healing waters that's flowing. If I would have been in the church, we would not be having this talk. I'd be in counseling somewhere, thinking something wrong with me and my children. So that's where we at. I love y'all. Please take this talk tonight with you. Share it with somebody that needs encouragement. Live your truth. And I'm telling you, you may have to fight for your truth. It may be scary, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you practice I've learned a lot of the orishas and deities and stuff. It's a duality there. Okay, Yimaya caters to the LGBTQ community. It's a lot. You'll be surprised. There's a tribe that it's a lot. In Africa, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know a lot. But work with the spirits, work with your ancestors, your spirit guide, and walk in your damn truth. Whatever that looks like. As long as you ain't hurting nobody's being harmed, you're being healed, you're happy, you whole, and you're happy in your skin, that's what we doing over here. That's why it's a new woman 08 living life with spirit. That's it. I can't do it no other way. I can't live life with man. I can't live life with woman. I can't live life. It's by the spirit. And in the spirit, you talk about mysteries. I always said that I will know the mysteries. And that's ever going. That's forever going. I have really tapped into some mysteries. And I'm grateful. And I'm going to keep sharing. I'm going to keep teaching. I don't give a flying flip what people say, because I'm going to look at their fruit. I'm gonna look at their fruit. If their house is jacked up, if they're sick, if they got a lemon face, it's like they've been sucking on lemon, they're living a lie or whatever. Don't listen to them people. I don't care if they is the greatest pastor out in California. If their house is jacked up and they living a lie, don't listen to them folk. F them people. And I'm going to get that on the shirt. It's going to EFFF them people. Y'all, don't overlook the telltale sign. Don't overlook the red flag. Stop listening to these damn preachers and they life jacked up. They don't even know how to treat their wife. They don't know how to treat their husband. Oh, I got to travel and yet you put your wife in harm's way, well, she'll cheat. You put your husband in harm's way with. I've seen people be married to people, and I'm done, y'all. I promise. I gotta say this shit though. I've seen people be married to people, and they tell them something that happened to them as a child, as an adult, and the spouse turned on them because they were open. What? They couldn't help that happen to you. You couldn't help that happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Shit happened to me. And I shared it with my spouse as an adult. And he used it against me. That's one reason why my marriage broke up. Shit happened to me in the church as a young adult with children. And I decided to forgive. Because the church said forgive. And I had him around the man. I didn't tell him. Then I was on my sick bed and I told him what happened. And that was years ago. He used it against me. Oh, I can't believe you told me that. Oh my God, you had me around the man. I said, well, they teach you in church to forgive. And he used it against me to cheat and to do me damn dirty. You can't trust your damn spouse. You in the church? I'm just saying. You wait till Spirit bless me with money. I'm going to have the whole setup. Stop listening to these people. I don't care how big their ministry is. If it ain't enough, I will go to a preacher that's got a first man or a preacher that's got a first woman rather than these preachers that claim to be holier than thou. Shit. Yes, looking like they sucking on lemons. Question mental gymnastics at worst. Yes. For years. People acting up. Thank you for having my back, daughter. Yes, and violated by their own family members. That's why you gotta heal. Yes. I'm done, y'all. Let's talk about that. You know how many people... There's no excuse for that. Shit happened to me. I'm not going to abuse my children or my grandchildren. Really? Auntie, uncle, cousin, really? Cousins hunching. Been there, done that. Why? Why? I'm talking too much now. But I love y'all. I'm good. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Tomorrow. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit said you did good. You did well. Okay. Woo! That's what the word healing. That's why I said in the beginning, healing, healing. Okay, good. That brought healing to me. I'm proud of my children. I love my children. They're my babies. My children saved my life. They was just. I don't understand how people can mistreat their kids. How? How? Honey, I'm gonna get old, and I need all of them to be there for me. I don't want to be thrown in no nursing home. I want to be in a big house with them, in my right mind. So that's why I'm dealing with everything now, so I could be in my right mind. Maybe a little slow, but I want to be in my right mind. I want to be walking around like my great grandma. And if spirit graced me to live to 102 years old, I just want to go to sleep, and that's what it would be. Hallelujah. Okay, so this is the book that we're going to be studying from. All right, auras. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about, it's not going to be long, what is an aura. And then we're going to have like 3 or 4 days straight, and then we'll probably take a break. Maybe another week break, but I want to, hit on this pretty hard. So this is going to be good as well. Okay. Don't even listen to all older folks and giving them the title of elder. They don't all deserve that, as many of them are wretched. Right. Ratchet. Just ratchet. Honey, a pretty girl come and her little they grab their husband. What you grabbing your husband for? She's not the problem, he the problem. If I got to be with a man and a beautiful woman walks by and I got to grab him and stare him down, not to look over there, damn, he got eyes. If he that bad, you don't need him. I told y'all that was one thing I appreciated about my ex-husband and my first husband. I had to worry about that. I had a women's ministry. Why would I be with a man that can't keep in his pants? And I got a women's ministry. I ain't had them damn problem. I would chop his off. Sir, I'm done. Where my bowl at? It's real. I get riled up because shit happened to me with a leader and the man of God, supposedly. And the wife turned a deaf eye to it. A deaf eye. I was deaf, dumb, and blind. I can laugh about it, but it's real. My husband. And they come, young lady, get the out my face, grandma. You know your husband hot in the pants and you won't. My mom used to be like, show y'all shape. We were classy. They're young, they're beautiful. What the hell? And you, nigga, if I gotta, I'm sorry, y'all dropped the N-word. If I gotta hold on to you that damn tight, cause get the out of my face. Oh, these young girls. No, it's these husbands, these old horny men. Y'all can tell y'all some damn stories. My great grandma, God rest her soul. Her husband was so ratchet, she outlived like 3 husbands. 2 or 3. But that last husband was ratchet. And she would carry a blade to church just in case a woman said something to her man. Grandma. I know. She carried a blade. And I heard one time she showed one of the ladies the blade. She thought she was looking at her husband. We don't want the old men. We don't want them. Y'all know I don't. I'm a whole cougar. Wow. Okay. It's the truth. Yes, daughter. Yes. If I gotta hold on you that tight, shit. She that fine, I'll be like, babe, you see that? Let's talk about it. You good? You good, sir? You good? Don't. Come on. Really? Shit. I may get older, but like, oh, that young man. Be like, hey, Mama Taye, young man, get away from me, baby, get away from me. let me help you up the step. Ooh, young man. His wife come like, no, that old lady didn't. I'm gonna be a fly old lady too, honey. I'm gonna always put somebody on the road. You better get your husband, honey. You 75 years old. My husband 30. He talk about you all the time. Take notes, honey. Take notes. And is and will and do. Woo. Okay, all right, y'all. Y'all good? Everybody good? Okay, I'm done. I'm just letting y'all know. Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. And y'all live your life. Don't be so. Live your life. Don't live with shoulda, coulda, woulda, and regrets. You know what I'm saying? Live your life. All right, I'm at 1:30. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, and I'm going to act like I got some sense. All right. I'm chiming out. So we just thank Spirit for everything that has occurred. We thank Spirit for speaking to us as a whole, individually. Thank you for the healing. I want to say the healing anointing that's on this episode tonight. I thank you for giving me the courage to speak and to share my story. I thank you for my crew, for Kira, for Jacqueline, for Sierra, for Mr. James. I thank you for them supporting me. And I ask, Spirit, that you give them their heart desires and whatever questions they have concerning their lineage, their bloodline, and their practices, that you will give it to them. And I pray for a supernatural blessing for them in the next 7 days. Everybody that joined in on this broadcast, just bless them and speak to them and help us all to live in our truth. We'll be so grateful and so thankful. And we'll continue to move forward and encourage others. All right. Ashe. I love y'all. Have a good night. Bye-bye.